Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. This is Jenga Njeru. Now, today we have the Matchmaker show, and you understand the protocol here. The moment we have a man on board, the man is looking for a woman. When we have a woman, the woman is looking for a man. Today, we have a man, and I will tell you the kind of woman he is looking for. But before then, if you're watching us for the first time, this is the Matchmaker show. We help men and women to get matches. And the moment they get the right ones, they meet their destinies. So you're not lost. If you're not new to the show, subscribe, like the video, and don't forget to leave a comment. Also, the contacts of our guest will be on my Facebook page at Jenganjero. So you can follow Jenganjero on Facebook and you'll be getting these updates in real time. Our guest on today's show is a man who is looking for a very specific kind of woman. He is a 57-year-old man. I had tried to give him out chini ya maji, but it didn't work out. He is a Kenyan in America. His name is Karanja. I tried to give him out. He's now 58. I tried to share him with a few people who were interested, because there are also people who do not want to be posted. There are also people who, depending on their careers, don't want to be posted. Okay? And because they don't want to be posted, now what do you do if somebody doesn't want to be posted? And maybe you have somebody else that you can match them with. But if it doesn't work, then we advise that we broadcast, you be on the receiving end, watu wakupigia simu, people will write to you and you'll be the one choosing. Mr. Karanja is a 57-year-old man. He is divorced and he is looking for a very specific kind of woman. So I want you to listen keenly so that if you fit that much, you will be able to contact him, and at the end of the day, probably you will be matched successfully, because maybe I might not be having, my team might not be having the exact kind of partner he is looking for. But again, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder, and people take people they want. You should note that. Sometimes you look at a person and they look very attractive. You try to present them to another person, and that person is like, this is not my type. And because it is not your type, you cannot force it. If you force it, the marriage cannot work. Again, marriage is a very delicate institution. The things I hear on this show, ladies and gentlemen, you see, we deal with a lot of confidentiality. And in fact, when you bring your story to us, this is a safe haven. This is a safe place. You will not hear it out there. In fact, every other contact we share, we only share with consent. If you don't want to be posted and you shared your story with us, you can rest assured that you will never hear that story out there. You will never be broadcasted. We only broadcast people that want us to broadcast. And there are so many. So we cannot see any reason to broadcast somebody who does not want to be broadcasted. Yet we have so many people. Like for this week alone, I have to do 60 videos. Can you imagine? 60 videos for people who want to be on YouTube this week. So unajaribu jaribu, when I'm not at work, I try to at least feature 2, 3 or 4 of them. So somebody who does not want their story to be featured cannot be featured. Mr. Karanja is looking for a woman who is, one, not having a lot of weight. Maybe he's looking for, do you say petite? Do you say slim? Choose choose what you want to call it. But he's looking for somebody who is petite. So if you are probably past a certain weight, you might not be an ideal candidate. He told me to also specify that he does not want somebody with a tummy. So if you have a tummy, please, Mr. Karanja will not be an ideal match. Number 2, he wants a very tall lady. He is attracted to women who are tall. So if you're that tall woman, maybe anything from 5'7" is tall. 5'7", 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", 6'1". Even if you're 8 feet tall, he doesn't mind. He is attracted to a woman who is tall. Number 3, he doesn't mind a woman from any tribe. Whether you are brown or dark, he doesn't have a problem with that. So, and that is why it is important to listen to some of these stories. because you will be on the receiving end. You will be, imagine you do not listen. You call somebody on WhatsApp, for instance, and maybe you start asking him, what is your name? You said, what is your best tribe? Which one do you prefer? Where do you live? He's in New Jersey. And New Jersey is a state in the US. And then you did not listen to those details. You come out as somebody who is not serious. You come out as somebody who is not serious. Another requirement, he, even at the age of 57, he wants to get a baby. So if you feel that you cannot be able to get a baby, or you can be able to get a baby but you don't want to get a baby, Mr. Karanja might not be an ideal candidate for you. So please, it is important to note that. And another thing, he says that women who are outgoing, jovial, women who are not gloomy, women who are happy. If you're happy, you will be happy in marriage. If you're not happy as a single, and I usually tell people, even Jesus said, love your neighbor as you love yourself, not love yourself as you love your neighbor. God never insisted that we love our neighbors more than we love ourselves. In fact, the standard measure of loving other people is self-love. And if you don't love yourself, you cannot be able to appreciate other people. People who don't love themselves struggle loving other people. People who don't love themselves have a problem with appreciating other people. So, having said that, it is very important for you to have loved yourself so that you can be able to appreciate and love him. He doesn't have a problem if that woman has a child. Then, because he is working there, he does not have a problem with a woman who is there, and he does not have a problem with a woman who is here. So, that woman who is here can be taken to the US. You can also be from Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, or any other part of the world. That is actually not a problem. That is not a problem. Are we together, ladies? Because this is for ladies. He doesn't have a problem with that. So if you're there and you feel that you can fit that kind of group, even if you have 10 children, but you can be able to give him at least one, he doesn't have a problem. Okay? He's an African man. He understands the role of a husband. And he is divorced. For those of you asking why is he single, because again, that is a question that features prominently on the show. People want to know why you are single. Okay? People want to know what happened. His divorce was official, and his wife is also there in the US. And you understand that sometimes marriages that move from this part of the world to that part of the world fail to work because of culture shock, sometimes ideological differences. You're adapting to a new environment, and you realize, wow, this kind of adaptation is not for everybody. And sometimes you agree to disagree. And when the differences are irreconcilable, then call it quits. And that's why he's looking for a wife. Check whether you have subscribed. Have I wished you a happy new year? It's still fall, eh? Nitaacha kuwa wish happy new year tukifika February. I'll see you in the next video.